Hello, friends, and welcome back to TJKidz Super Fun Stories, where imagination becomes reality. It's TJ here, and today Jack and Maddie are back at Aunt Jody's house. And you know what that means: cookies, adventures, and probably something magical hiding where it absolutely should not be hiding. This story is a little longer than usual, so it will be split into two parts. But it's got action, excitement, and some funny moments, so you won't want to miss. Part 2 will be tomorrow, so be sure to tune in for the conclusion of the magic chalk. So grab a comfy spot, get cozy, and join me on this adventure. The Magic Chalk, Part 1. Jack and Maddie were best friends, and they did everything together. Today was no different. They were heading back to Aunt Jody's house for a visit. And whenever they went to Aunt Jody's house, of course, that meant they were going to sneak off to the Enchanted Forest to meet up with their quirky friend, the Chatter. Jack and Maddie hopped out of the car and headed up the long gravel driveway toward Aunt Jody's cozy cabin in the woods. As always, she was waiting on the porch with a plate of warm cookies. "There you are, my sweet little babies," she said, pulling them into a hug. "Aunt Jody," Jack laughed, "I think I'm literally the same height as you now." "You'll always be my babies," she said, handing them each a giant cookie. After some snacks and a little catching up, Aunt Jody settled into her rocking chair. "You two go play," she said. "The forest is peaceful today. Just stay close to the house." Jack and Maddie exchanged a look. Peaceful forest? How could they resist? They wandered into the woods behind the house, crunching leaves under their shoes, when Maddie suddenly stopped. "Jack, look!" Lying in the dirt was a stick of glowing blue chalk, pulsing softly like a tiny heartbeat. Jack picked it up. "This is so cool. It looks like chalk." "Do you think it's magic chalk?" Maddie whispered. "Only one way to find out," Jack responded. They headed back to Aunt Jody's patio in the backyard to test it out. Jack knelt down and drew a baseball bat. And sure enough, after he finished, the bat glowed blue, pulsed, and popped right off the patio and rolled into the grass. "No way!" exclaimed Jack. "This is the coolest thing ever. Let me try another." He began drawing a bike, but not just any bike, a bike with rocket thrusters on the back. The moment he lifted the chalk, the drawing shimmered, glowed, and then poof! A real rocket thruster bike stood in front of them. "No way!" Maddie exclaimed. Jack hopped on, pressed a button, and whoosh! Jack blasted down the forest path like a superhero on wheels. "This is awesome!" he yelled as leaves flew everywhere. "Jack," Maddie shouted, laughing, "slow down before you launch into space." He skidded to a stop, grinning from ear to ear. "Okay, your turn," he said. Maddie took the chalk and drew a soccer ball. It popped off the ground, perfectly round and bouncy. They kicked it back and forth, giggling as it glowed with every tap. "This has to be from the Enchanted Forest," Maddie said. "Maybe it slipped through the portal." Jack's eyes widened. "We should show the Chatter. He'll love this." They ran to the old tree stump. their secret entrance to the Enchanted Forest. The ground lit up blue, swirled, and whoosh. They landed in the glowing, magical, Enchanted Forest. "Okay," Jack said. "Ready?" Together they called out, "Cookies, kids, and copia!" Leaves rustled, mushrooms glowed, and then pop! The Chatter appeared upside down, dangling from a branch by his tail. "Oh, hello, my dear children," he said. "Or is it children dear? Or dear children? Oh no, that would be weird. Unless you have antlers now. Do you have antlers?" "Chatter," Maddie laughed. "We missed you." "Oh, I missed you too," he said, flipping down and landing on his feet. "Now, what brings you to my humble forest of sparkles, giggles, and occasional goo puddles?" "We found something," Jack said. "Something magical." Jack drew a quick doodle with the glowing chalk. A purple bunny with floppy ears. The drawing shimmered, shook, and then hopped right off the ground. The Chatter gasped. "Oh, it's adorable," he said, scooping it up. "Hello, little Bun Bun. Oh, wait, want to see something cool?" Before they could answer, the Chatter's body glowed, stretched, shrank, and suddenly he was a purple bunny, identical to the one Jack just drew. "What?" Jack shouted. "You can shapeshift? How have you never told us that?" "Oh, you never asked," the bunny Chatter said. Not really a standard question where we come from," Maddie replied. The Chatter hopped up and down, then transformed back into himself. "Oh yeah, I can shapeshift into any creature," he said proudly. "It's one of the perks of being created in a wizard's lab." Jack flinched. "Wait, what?" The Chatter sat on a log next to the children. "I'm from Catacopia," he said, "but I'm not like other cat people. I was created by a wizard, Master Fenwick. He's like my father. He used the power of the Moonstone to give me shape-shifting abilities and a heart that can't be turned evil. He said I was the only one strong enough to protect its magic." Jack and Maddie listened closely. "But then the dragons came," the Chatter continued. "They invaded the lab, destroyed everything, and stole the Moonstone. Master Fenwick sent me through the portal to safety, and no one has seen him since. The portal sent me here, to the Enchanted Forest, and, well, that's where I've lived ever since. Well, the unicorns built me a house in Copia too, so I stay there with them sometimes. Maybe you could meet them someday." "That's awful," Maddie whispered. The Chatter nodded. "But the unicorns got the Moonstone back. Now it's hidden in Copia. And Drago, the head dragon, he's a real nasty one. He wants it more than anything." Wanting to lighten the mood, Jack drew a Pegasus with the chalk. It shimmered into life, wings flapping, mane glowing. The Chatter grinned. "Allow me." He shapeshifted into a Pegasus. Maddie climbed onto his back. "Want a race?" "Oh, I thought you'd never ask," Pegasus Chatter said. They soared through the forest, weaving between glowing trees, swooping over sparkling ponds, and laughing the whole way. Chatter even shapeshifted mid-air into a giant eagle, then a dragonfly. But when he realized that popped Maddie off his back and sent her falling toward the ground, he shifted back into a Pegasus, swooped down, and caught her again. "Whoops, I forgot you don't know how to shrink. My bad, Maddie," he said. No problem, Maddie said. But you had me worried there for a minute. The three of them were having the time of their lives. The chatter transformed back to his normal human cat like appearance, and they sat on a log for a moment to catch their breath. Just then, a shadow fell over the forest. A huge, dark winged shadow. The air grew hot, the leaves blew, the ground shook. It was Drago, the head dragon. Drago's wings slammed against the ground as he landed, sending leaves swirling everywhere. His wings spread wide, his eyes glowing red. He growled. Well, hello there, little children. And kitty cat. The chatter froze. Maddie clutched the chalk. Drago leaned in close, smoke curling from his nostrils. He looked straight at Maddie with his piercing, evil red eyes. I believe you have something of mine, he said. To be continued. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the conclusion of The Magic Chalk. See you there. Toodles!